Alright, welcome back. This is the Factorio Let's Play. I think we're on episode 5. Um, Last episode we finished making these green circuits. We built this green circuit build over here. We pulled down these main buses. And I think that's all we did. But I could be wrong. So this episode, we're gonna work on green science. So we already know about red science, but there's also science pack 1s are what they're called actually, but everyone calls them red science, green science, and so on. There's blue and purple as well, but we're not there yet. So we're gonna build a green science build, and we're just gonna wing it. I don't have anything. I'm gonna try and get it to be a good, efficient build. I don't have a build that I do all the time or anything, but I do know how to do the math to make sure ratios are good. So let's figure out what we need for one of these. We need one inserter and one transport belt, and it takes 6 seconds to craft. These craft at 0.5 speed. Does that mean? Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure that it takes 10 seconds for each of these, and we could handle twice as many with the gears, but I could be wrong. Okay, so here's the logic behind what I just said. Science Pack 1 takes 5 seconds to craft by hand. If we put it in here, the crafting speed on an assembling machine 1 is 0.5, which means if it takes 5 seconds with my crafting speed, which I think the player crafting speed is 1, but I don't know. But if it takes 5 seconds at my speed and 0.5 at this speed, then it takes 10 seconds, right? Which means that the math that we did to figure out that there's 10 that could be supported by these gears is wrong. It can actually support 20. It can support twice as much, twice as many. So maybe we'll expand our red science, but after we do green. So we need to clear out some of these. And then what we're going to do is we need to make transport belts as well as inserters. Oh, so we don't even need copper for this. So let's make, and it takes 6 seconds? Okay. So let's make an assembling machine 2. Let's figure out how long it takes to make a gear. 0.5 seconds. So we're going to need to do a little bit of math. Let's grab a whole bunch of iron plates, a bunch of green circuits, a bunch of copper plates, so that we can build a lot of stuff, because we're gonna need a lot of stuff. So let's put this out about as far as this, and let's say you make gears. And if this crafting speed is 0.75, then what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to figure out how long it takes to make a gear, right? So if it's 0.75 crafting speed, okay, so what we do is we say one gear takes 0.5 seconds, 0.5. And then we divide it by this crafting speed, which is 0.75. So 0.5 divided by 0.75. That'll give you the actual crafting time for a gear. So it's 2/3 of a second instead of half a second every 2/3. So what we're going to do is we need to figure out how many gears we need. So for transport belts, let's just make one for now. Another one. And then put it right here next to it with a gap in case we just direct insert, but I'm not sure if we're going to do that yet or not. These take 0.5 seconds to make. 2 transport belts. Yeah, so I think we could just do it like this. This is going to be the best. Then let's use a fast inserter. And let's hook these up. And then let's spring. So inserters also take gear wheels and iron plates and electronic circuits. So maybe what we'll do is get 2 more of these, clear out some of this, put one of these, one away, like this. So now we've got another gear wheel maker and an inserter maker. And this would probably be a good time to balance these. So I'm going to teach you how to make a 4-lane belt balancer. Pretty simple. You need 4 underground belts. So you click this twice because it makes 2 each. You need 2, 3, 4, 5 splitters. I had to remember. And you put them like this. So you cut off where you want to start the balancing. And you put 2, just like that. And then you take out your underground belts, clear out the 2 inner lanes. Click, bring it down. You need 1, 2, 3 spaces in between. And you do it for both. And then you put a splitter on the second space in. And then these 2 splitters, I'm pretty sure, aren't necessary unless you have like a really long main bus, but I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I heard someone say something like that, where you can leave these 2 splitters out unless you're like in the long run. It's better to have these. But other than that, it's like not a huge deal. But I always build it with those. And then what we do is we get rid of this belt right next to the splitter in the middle. We put these in, and then we bring these out. And this is a 4-lane belt balancer. So what this does is, so right here, what we do, I'll teach you a little bit because this might not have made sense when I did it. We have this belt, okay, and it's got 100% saturation, right? So as long as we fill it up with enough stuff, it can be fully full, right? And then we have this splitter, which splits incoming transport belts cargo 1-to-1, which means that this now has 50% and this has 50%. And then this splitter splits it again, and these 2 split it again, right? So we pretend that this is 100% because this is barely ever going to be used. So this is basically like not there. So it's as if we just have 100% still. And then this splits it to 50 on each side, and then these split it so that each belt has 25%. So we've got a 1 to 4 belt splitter, and it balances across, so each of these is 25%. But then we split down here, which means that after this splitter, this belt has 12.5%, which is half of 25. And this belt also has 12.5%, which is half of 25. But that means that if we split off these later, then if we don't have enough iron coming through, then the stuff that we're using these 2 belts with is going to be like not going to have enough iron coming to it. So we put in this belt balancer, which what it does is it takes 12.5, 12.5, 25, and 25. It adds them all together. You get 75%, and then it divides it by 4 among these four. So now you've got 75 divided by 4, which is like almost 20, right? It's 16.25, right? So each of these is 16.25%, which is worse for these outside ones, but better for these inside ones. So I guess I got that backwards. These are outside, these are inside. But now all of them are even, and it doesn't matter which one you pull off of. Which means that I can use, instead of having to pull from this side down here, I can still pull from this side down here because they're equal. So that still might not make sense, but hopefully it makes more sense. We're going to put one of these right here so that we can, yeah. And then we're going to split off the iron because this needs iron plate, right? Yeah. So we're going to need 2 belts. We're going to split off the iron. Let's put this in so that we can split down to it right here and then just go directly over. We're going to have 2 of these because I'm pretty sure these are going to make them fast enough that to have it fully efficient we need 2. We're going to make 1 fast inserter. Maybe we can just do a fast inserter on this actually. I don't know how much faster fast inserters are than normal inserters, but hopefully they're twice as fast. So then we're going to need a dip again because down here we're going to need to put in another line of iron, which we're going to split right here. So we're going to need to dip this line right there or so. And then what we're going to do is go across like this, bring this back up, bring this all the way down, bring this down, connect that, connect it. Okay, so now our iron should be fixed and all set up, right? And the main bus moves on, right? But then what we need is these inserters need electronic circuits. So what we're going to do is a fancy little trick actually. So should we do that or should we leave it like this? Let's leave it like this and not side load. Because what I was thinking of doing is called side loading. I did it up here. I'm doing it right there with the red. But I'm not going to do it down here. I'm just going to split the green and make a second line and use a long-handed inserter. So let me show you kind of what I'm getting at. Yeah, we're going to go like this and then put in some poles so that everything's powered. And then let's connect it so that everything's really powered. Let's check our power. It seems to be doing okay. I still think we should upgrade it pretty soon though. This comes across. This comes over. These come down. Like this. So now let's check our power because our electronic circuit's kicked back on. Okay, it's not looking too bad. We might not have enough circuit production up here because we only have 4 factories. We're going to need to increase that. But luckily, this build, you can build it sideways pretty far. I'm not sure exactly how far, but it can go pretty far sideways before you have to build another one. It's tileable is what they call that. And then now we've got these transport belts, these inserters being made. So we have the things that we need for Science Pack 2s. It takes 6 seconds for each of these. We can make an inserter and a belt both in 2/3 of a second. So 2/3 times 6 is 12 over 18, which, no, that's just 2/3. 2/3 times 6 is 4, right? So does that mean we can only make 4 factories? Well, let's look at this and figure it out. These take 5. Takes half a second to make those. Oh, I guess it takes a full second to make those. Oh, I guess we did that right. This takes a full second to make these. 1 full second. This takes 5 seconds. Oh no. I'm wrong. Okay, so regardless of, I'll figure out these ratios in a second, but right now what we're going to do is just use 4. And we're going to take fast inserters, output, and then we're going to go like this, bring it across, go 1, 2, yeah, and then a space, 3, 4. Let's do 8. Why not? I don't know if it can handle 8, but let's do 8. Ooh, maybe I did that backwards. Maybe it's 0.75 6 divided by 2/3. 6 divided by 0.666666666. So I think we can handle 9 actually. Yeah, I think that's right. I think you divide, not multiply. Yeah, so let's make 8. I am out of belts. So let's go up here. Let's grab these 500 transport belts. I said it was 1,000. I was wrong. You guys make green. Control right click. Doesn't seem to be working. Oh, it's shift right click. Oops. And then we'll power these. And what we're going to need is some fast inserters that can input. So let's put those down. Let's get 8 fast inserters. And these will bring in the inserters and the transport belts. Yeah, I think I'm right. These can probably just be inserters actually, but yeah, I'm sure they can just be inserters. Yeah, but we already got fast inserters, so whatever. Sue me. Let's make 8 normal inserters. I'm pretty sure this isn't going to go any further, so we can cut it off. Let's go to here. Let's put these 8 normal inserters like this. What we're going to do is we're going to split this up here, because this is one thing that you might not know, but because there are 2 lanes, these inserters always put things on the far lane. So even though there's a lane here that we could put science on, these inserters will never put it on that lane. So that's a problem if we want a full lane like this with both sides. So how we overcome that is we put a splitter, and then it splits it, and you bring it back up into itself. So then you get a full lane. And we're going to need to bring this, and we should have done that with this red probably. Let's do that with the red. Actually, yeah, why not? Because that just gives us more buffer room. And then what we're going to do is come over here. We're going to bring this up one, and then over, and under. So we need to bring these down. Then we're going to bring these under. And we're going to bring them over. Clear out this tree. We're going to need to clear out this tree. Probably want to clear out this tree. Over, over, then up. Maybe. Yeah, whatever. Let's just do it like this. Oh. Yeah, and then we need to go under. So we should have done this differently, but this will work. Looks a little spaghetti, but that's how it happens. Oop. Oop. We just messed a lot of things up. We want this to come over and then down, and both of these go over. There we go. So now we've got green and red science going, which is super cool. So now we've got green science going, which means we can start some more research. Let's do lab research speed 1. To be the most efficient, I think this is the first one that you should get, because even though stuff like this only takes 20 of each pack, this makes every single research that you do after this 20% faster. So I think it's worth it to do that. And let's just expand our labs a little bit while we're here too. Where's the lab? There it is. So we need to come back over here. We're not making walls anymore because we ran out of coal for that. So let's come, oh, we already have coal. Let's grab some coal, put it in there. What did we need? Oh, we needed labs. So we need a bunch of iron, I'm pretty sure. That's all you need for labs. Well, we've already got the circuits for it, so whatever. So we have how many? 12? Let's bump it up to 20. So let's make 8 more. But we have run into our first power issue. So we're going to need to fix that. But we'll have to fix that in the next episode. Because to finish this episode off, we're just going to end up setting up these labs, and then that's where we're going to call it good. We need 4 for every 2, so 2 for each. We're making 8. We need 16. So we need 6 more long-handed inserters. One, 2, 3, 4. Is that where we want it? Oh, yep. I remember now. So, I guess it depends on how much we're making. Like these green and reds, there's technically a number of labs that we can support. Some number. Um, like each lab researches in 30 seconds, right? Um, so if we're, however many we're producing, divided by however much time it takes, right? So we could figure out how many labs we can support right now. But uh, it will change as soon as this lab research speed is done, and maybe we'll have more in the future. So it's not worth it. Let's just stick with 20. 20 should be fast enough for a lot of our things. We don't have to make sure this is dead on precise, right? We can just leave it with pretty good. Pretty good is good enough. So let's go like this. Oh, I just found out these we don't need. Because what we can do is, instead of having it on top of each other like this, where they're right next to each other, let's just get rid of all of these. And let's not use too many poles. Did we want to back these poles out one? I think so. Yeah. Oops. It's not very important, but I think it just looks better to have it like that. We get rid of these. We put them like this. The thing about long-handed inserters too, I think, is that they're faster than normal inserters, but because they have to swing further, I think they're slower than fast inserters. Actually, let's get this one too, and that'll make it even better. And let's bring this all the way down. Bring this all the way down. Check our power. We need to upgrade power. We'll do that next episode. But for now, we've automated green science, so that's 2 of the 4. We're halfway there as far as science packs go. So thanks for watching.